and welcome to this edition of Creating a World-Class Education at Home. Today, Bobby's going to help us take a look at Microsoft Teams. It's part of the Microsoft suite of apps that's designed for, teams, groups of people that want to work together. And that fits in very well with Pasco County schools, don't you think? So let's dig in. As usual, the first thing to do is go to My Pasco Connect and enter your username and password, and go to the dashboard and open Office 365. There you'll see this icon for Microsoft Teams, but don't click on it. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, go ahead and click on it and open up the app. Just like many of the other Microsoft apps we've looked at, the navigation bar is over on the left-hand side. And the first thing I want you to do is go to the symbol that says Calendar. Now, this is where you'll see meetings that are scheduled, and also where you can schedule a meeting and invite others to join. Now, to participate in a chat, all you need is a keyboard. But for an online meeting, you'll need at least a microphone. And if you have a camera attached to your computer, that's even better. You can also participate in a meeting using your smartphone. And as you know, a smartphone already has a microphone and camera built in. Now, as you can see, I have my calendar set up so I can see the entire week. But if you're a very busy person, you may want the calendar to show you a single day, and you do that right up here. While we're up here, this is also where you can set up a meeting or schedule one for the future. You can have a meeting right away by clicking on this button that says Meet Now, and it will give you a link to send to people so they can join the meeting right away. Or you can schedule a meeting for some time in the future by clicking here and filling in the information. You can make it a regular meeting with a few people, or a live event with presenters, kind of like a webinar. Now, when you're attending a meeting, your screen may look something like this. And one of the first things you want to do is make sure your microphone is working, and camera if you have one. Very often you will see people start to talk, but you can't hear them. That's usually because their microphone is turned off or muted. Make sure you have your microphone on and it's not muted. Trust me, it happens all the time. Also, make sure you have the chat button activated so you can see chats from people who may be trying to communicate with you during the meeting on the side. You can send a group chat to everyone or a private message to an individual without interrupting the meeting. Kind of like you did when you were passing notes back in grade school when the teacher wasn't looking. I guess some things in school never change. Anyway, once you're in the meeting, another really cool thing you can do is share whatever is on your computer screen with others attending the meeting. Let's say I wanted to share this picture of my friend Victor. All I have to do is click on the share button, and now everyone in the meeting can see my computer screen. Now, this works very well if you have a PowerPoint presentation that you want to present to the group. If you click on this symbol here, you'll see that there are all kinds of other things you can do, like record the meeting or change the way you view the screen. But those are things you can experiment with once you get into it. Okay, so let's say you don't need a big meeting or anything. You just want to make a phone call. Just click on this icon that says Calls, and it will show you people on your list that you can call. The call can be just audio, or it can include video as well. By the way, if you bring your cursor over and hold it over the person's symbol, it will tell you if they're available or not. Otherwise, you might have to just leave a voicemail. Now, this button down here labeled Files will show you the files or documents that were shared during the recent meeting. And as you can see here, it will also give you access to all of your files in Microsoft OneDrive. Pretty handy, huh? And finally, let's take a look at the chat icon, which is probably the simplest way to communicate. And when you click on the chat button, you'll see this column that lists a history of all the recent chats you've had. Just find the conversation you're looking for, click on it, and then you can add to it. Now, if you want to start a new chat conversation with someone, click on this button up here, and then enter the name or email or phone number of the person or group that you want to chat with. This is a really easy way to send messages and include links to files, documents, videos, whatever. Chat is also a good way to communicate if you just got out of the shower and you haven't brushed your hair yet. If you want to add people to your chat conversation, just go up here and click on this button to add people. Okay, well that should be enough to get you started. Microsoft Teams is a very important tool when it comes to communication with the school or other parents or teachers or committees you may be serving on. I guess that's why they call it Teams. Very clever. And believe me, it's an essential tool for creating a world-class education at home. See ya!